America, the land of the free, the place that people call home, place that has the First Amendment give the freedom of speech, their freedom of religion, their freedom of the press, the freedom of assembly, the freedom of petition. The country has had leaders that could help bring the country together, and it also had leaders that had divided the country. But these are these group of people who helped keep the country to what it was and helped kept it forever. Those are the soldiers who have went to fight other countries to protect their country from destruction and change, because this country has had help from these soldiers since 1775, when the Revolutionary War began at April 1775 at Lexington and Concord. Many people have died that day in the first battle, but the spirits of the soldiers had now risen to the point where they wanted freedom and independence from Britain. And that freedom and passion was tested through the years of the Revolutionary War. And then the United States had been tested again through other wars, like the Civil War, World War II, the Vietnam War, and so many others. The U.S. has done so much to keep that freedom, and the soldiers have done that. They have joined in this service because they believed in this country, and they did it for freedom. And not just for freedom, they did it for future generations who would look back at them and see them as heroes, like me. I am thankful for the soldiers who have gave their lives because they believed in this country. The U.S. has had some difficulties in wars, like the Civil War, where the United States was divided. Soldiers fought this war so the country could defeat the Confederates and try to get them to come back to be reunited as one country again. World War II, when the world was threatened by the Axis powers after the bombing of Pearl Harbor, citizens now knew it was up to the U.S. to help protect them, not only protect the U.S., but to fight against this evil that has been the Axis powers, who've done so many catastrophic things and even more that they didn't know. But they were able to help, along with the Soviet Union, to help defeat the Axis powers in 1994. And the Vietnam War, which has been one of the U.S.'s biggest disasters and one of the U.S. biggest disappointments. But the soldiers had to go there. And although the war was the biggest mistake the U.S. has made, it was nice that the soldiers still went there, believing this could be a thing that could help the United States. Although sadly it just reached out of control and many unnecessary lives were killed. But sadly that was done again when we went to the Iraq War. When we went to war against Iraq thinking they were involved in 9/11, when in reality they weren't, and this was another big mistake that I hope politicians will not make again to the soldiers. And I'm sad for the families who have lost loved ones in these two wars that I felt were unnecessary. And I hope the soldiers who have died are doing well in the afterlife that they're living in now. I hope that the U.S. won't make these mistakes again, because although now it's too late to go back and try to make it so the Iraq War and the Vietnam War never happened, we can use those mistakes and use them to not cost any more lives into going into wars that were unnecessary. Hopefully we can learn that. But I would also like to think of and thank the lives of many who have died for our cause in America.